kind reminder of the ever-constant danger that faces kings whenever they are on the throne room. Overcome with sheer terror and real mortal peril, Democles eventually begged to leave the throne, all now the wiser of the perils of high positions. You might have the world at your feet, but you are never immune from the danger above the crown. Well, the royals of this league now find themselves in a similar situation, and we await to discover if they have more fortitude to take it all the way than was displayed by Democles as they welcome Mbarara City to the Western Derby in Masindi. Very good afternoon. Brad Jermaine Agesa here and John Vianen Simbe with me as we bring you this matchup between Kitara Football Club and Mbarara City, as Brian Senyondo only has one change to his squad. Donato Okello dropping from the starting lineup to the bench, and in his place Solomon Ali Okwalinga, an old boy of this team, gets to start.
Yeah, interesting selection there, but I think that if you look at Donato Okello's performance in the last game against Express Football Club, it wasn't the best, so it was inevitable that it was going to be dropped to the bench. And clearly in this game, one thing that you can see from the selection is that Brian Senyondo wants good control of the game, and that's why he's got that midfield of Pade Momuzo Kwalinga and Frank Zaga Tumwesije. With that attack of Omedi Kabona and Semugabi, you think that Mbarara Football Club are going to be working overtime?
Well, Eric Moubert performed pretty well, and he now reverts to that right-back position. But talking about that striking line, 24 goals between 3 players, which is more than some teams can talk about. 6 for Kabon, 6 for Semugabi, and a double tally of both in Omedi.
Yeah, that's such a good striking line, and not many teams, like you say, can boast of such a formidable striking force. And you can see how decisive it was last week, two of those being involved in the goals that put Express to the sword.
Well, for Mbarara City, Waswa Bosa has to be one of those coaches that struggles from goals. It was goalless against UPDF in the last game at home, and he makes a couple of changes in there, having Ronald Mutebi, Bakari Magumba, and Amir Kakomo dropping out of the starting lineup to make way for Hakim Samba, Edward Namasa, as well as Isaac Amtuhaire.
Well, very interesting to see the kind of changes that Wasabosam has made. But I think for him, it's one of those very tricky spots that he finds himself in. The fact that his team really struggles away from home. And this is where you think that they're going to face another very big test to try and showcase that they've got some mettle. Of course, one thing that you cannot discount them for is the fact that they have Chitegenyi, who is a very good striker and will be a big threat, as well as Joseph Akwananaho. And clearly, that is an area that Kitara Football Club has got to be on the lookout.
Well, they will be up against it because Mbarara City today have major motivation. Mathematically, they are 1 victory away from being safe from relegation. With 5 games left to play, there would be no catching up if Mbarara City and Waswa Bosa here today can actually go ahead and pick up a victory.
Yeah, that should be big motivation. But even beyond that, the fact that they have not won away from home should be big motivation for Mbarara City Football Club. I don't think that Waswa Bosa will be proud of the record that he goes out the whole season without his team winning a game on the road.
Well, talking about winning, there could be no better time for this team because the last 2 games that have actually been in the StarTimes Uganda Premier League here at home have not yielded a goal or a victory for this Kitara side. A draw against Bull, a loss against Vipers. It's only peppered by that victory from Pajule Lions in the Uganda Cup, as well as that remarkable victory in Wankurukuku.
Yeah, the thing is that Kitara Football Club have also had their challenges in recent times. But you feel that with the victory that they secured against Express, the confidence is back and they're going to be riding on that. I'm sure that for their fans, having to see their team win at home is something that they'll be dying to see this afternoon. And that should be strong motivation for these charges of Brian Senyondo.
Well, referee looks at the time, gets it all set, and we are underway.
For since that game against Express, I guess it is without a doubt that he did pretty well once he shifted there from midfield, better than what Donato Okello was doing. And now that they do not have some of their centre backs in, and Wagchu has played centre, so Mobe has to be there.
Shot coming in, peppered down here by the goalkeeper, and once again Kitara showing their prowess for finding chances and cracks early in the game in the first half.
They would not want to remain in, otherwise they as well as Gaddafi and UPDF are in such a bad position. But now, of course, the thing is that right now Busoga has slightly crept out of that relegation zone, and they just need to maintain.
Omedi gets a chance, pulls the trigger, and just like that, he once again is on the bounce, as he has done time and time again. It's almost as inconceivable, but for one reason, an absolute certainty. In life, there will always be death, there will always be taxes, and there will always be Omedi on the score sheet. Kitara 1, Mbarara City 0.
Well, what a finish that was. But you could see how he just walked into that penalty area so majestically with a lot of confidence, and this is exactly what it means for the fans. It eases on the pressure. Now comes the nerves that they had, and I'm sure that for the Kitara football.
Namasa heading the ball away. Now Solomon Ali Okwalinga looking to battle in that midfield. Haire dropping deep, skips away from a challenge, will fancy his chance. But for a moment there, the options were quite available. He must be eating away at him, the young striker here, to try and find a way to force the issue and go forward.
Yeah, the thing is that you can see that he's got some real good attributes. He's athletic, he's big, and he can shoot. But I think one of the things that he needs to build is his self-esteem. Once he gets that and he believes that he can go out there and score goals, then there's no reason why Mtuhaire cannot be a brilliant player in the future.
Corner brought in there, ball hacked clear. Nervy moment here for Kitara Football Club. Mbarara City putting on display some of their more lethal, though very rarely sighted attacks.
Well, that was a save coming in from the goalkeeper Crispus Kusima, and I must applaud him for keeping his wits up and concentration, because you see, when your team is in the lead, it's very easy to actually take things for granted and maybe feel that maybe the opponent does not have much offer. But the thing is that this Mbarara side really poses a threat, and they will be going out there.
Searching ball from Mubaya, gets it to Living Caponi. The box area peppers the goalkeeper's hands. And Kitara Football Club searching high and low. And now they snatch the ball. Jude Samugabi almost coming through against his former teammate.
Oh yeah, that's interesting, especially seeing people just walking in at half time. But better late than never.
Well, he's never let, and they will definitely have to catch the replays to see the impact that once again the beast, Dennis Omedi.
When they look back at the fact that Benjamin Nyakojo just recently returned from injury, so if there's a possibility that he's injured again, that would be really worrying. As
he's another Henry Chitegenyi, the Bison, one you rarely see substituted.
Well, I'm really surprised that Wasabosa could be taking off Henry Chitegenyi unless there's an injury that he's suffered.
Well, first they have to figure out how to defend against this set piece, then probably I would venture that they might need ball holders. Shot struck from a distance, the second rebound finds its way away, and the stretcher will once again be called probably into action. First it's the medic.
The last time I saw Ahewa score a goal against his former side in Mbarara was when he had just joined KCCA. It was back in 2021. It's quite a long time actually. 2020-21 season actually.
One of his more prolific seasons here. Hasn't really scaled to quite the heights. Had a bit of
since living in Mbarara actually, he has not scaled the heights.
Yeah.
He's a player that was on the Chan team for in 2021 in Cameroon. But and that was a time when he was in such hot form. But since that time his confidence went down, and I think he had a very good start at KCC under Mike Muntebi, but then once Mike Muntebi left and then he also got injured, somehow he fell on hard times.
Akanda Nwaho drops in a cross and the equalizer. Siari Arigumaho stabs home the ball, and a deafening silence envelops Kitara. Arigumaho dances in the face of the enemies, and the celebrations will resound far and wide, all the way in Wakiso at Chitende, all the way across the Nile in Jinja for Bull FC, all the way to Wankurukuku for AC Villa, and most especially all the way down in Mbarara at Kacheka. Mbarara City have thrown a spanner in the works.
Well, that was a fine cross coming in from Akwandanaho. If ever there was a moment where you expected him to have some bit of contribution.
He has to strike and strike with precision. And it's bubbled away. It's a corner. The agony quite evident here on his face.
Good defending there by Mbarara City Football Club, but I also must credit the referee for making the call, because I actually think that the foul was committed there. What I'm not so sure about is whether it wasn't supposed to be a penalty, because the foul seemed to have been made in that penalty area.
Whipped in, somehow nearly getting there. That was way too close for comfort, and once again it's Muchu that almost is on the receiving end. It's over. There's absolutely no way that they'll have more time here. Had snuck away from all the markers, and Mbarara City almost capitulating here to self-destruct.
Yeah, but you must say that they've also done a pretty good job in keeping out that free kick, because you thought that Paul Muchures really misses from there.
They had another chance to snatch it from the jaws of defeat at the very tail end.